train compartments smell vaguely of shit.
There's a place in this town where kids learn the wrong things.
Stack of Dimes.
A place where they keep a vicious secret.
Stack of Dimes.
A place controlled by people who profit from pain.
Stack of Dimes.
Now, this town's vicious secret is exposed. There's only one thing to do. Get ready for
Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes.
Stack of Dimes. We are the podcast that, we just started growing everywhere. One day you've got this nice, supple, beautiful skin, and next thing you know, SODs under your armpits, and your ass crack, all over your taint. You got a SOD treasure trail running right down from your belly button. It's a bad deal. It's a bad deal. And it's your life now. That's it. So,
yeah. It's in your nose.
It's in your
Makes
nose.
You feel like you have boogers constantly.
All the time.
All the time.
You like taking opportune moments when people are around. Put your pinky up there real quickly. Like, oh, I'll turn over here. And yeah, I was looking out over in this way. And then you turn real quick and you put that pinky in there real quick to see if that SOD's up in there. And then, make it look like you're maybe just wiping your nose, but you hook that pinky in there real quick.
And then there's always the time that you pull a little bit too much podcast out with it.
And then you're like,
and then it comes off and it's sticking to the tip of your pinky.
Yeah.
And the person can obviously see it.
Yeah.
That's standing with you. And it's like, is that a podcast?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh no, it's just a piece of tissue.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, that's it.
Welcome to Stack of Dimes. We are here in the Family Fun Center. Roden, thank you so much. You're going to step in. You actually produced this show.
You say that, but all I did was come up with an idea like 2 weeks ago.
First of all, no one knows how audio production goes that's listening to this. No one knows what radio producing entails. And
so I should take it?
Exactly. You should just take it when I tell you that you did it.
All right.
And assume that the entire audience is impressed. That's what we've been doing since 2009, and you can see how impressed our audience has been with us.
Yeah. Just dropping like flies.
Yeah. So so you said, was last time I was here, we did, you blew it, and right before it, you said, hey, I want to talk about...
Well, what I said was, I've got a great idea for a show, and what I was thinking of you and John.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then when I said, "Hey, that show you want to do, we should do it," and you go, "Oh, I thought I meant for you and JD." Not for me. And I was like,
because I personally wanted to listen in and hear you and JD's stories of.
Maybe I'll do an extended
going through puberty.
Yeah.
Maybe there's going to be a part 2 to this.
Yeah. And then it would just be us. I'm like, yeah, me and Roden talked about that already. We already talked about that. It was just like, fuck you, dude. Yeah, let's talk about that deal. Do you know exactly when you think you started to go through puberty? Do you remember?
I don't remember that, but I do remember. I remember finding my first body hair. Mm-hmm. And how exciting.
You were excited.
Oh God, I was elated, dude. I was in my parents' basement. Me and Kelly Dickerson were down there trying to lift weights.
Oh yeah,
And I noticed Kelly had a single armpit hair.
Oh shit!
And I was so jealous. And I pointed it out to him. He didn't even know it was there. And he was like, "Oh yeah, look at that," And it was just one single hair sticking out of his armpit.
What?
And then I checked mine, and I had one too.
How old were you?
It was amazing.
How old were you?
It was amazing. I'm guessing 11, 12.
Oh, wow,
maybe.
dude.
Is that late?
Wow.
Is that late?
No, I think that's pretty early.
Maybe we were older than that. Maybe it was 12 or 13 or something like that.
I'm going to say I was probably 13. I want to say I want to say 7th grade was when it started happening for me.
like body hair.
Yeah, where I noticed like, oh my God, like I got, armpit hair or something's starting to like something's different here. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you exactly what it was. Like, I don't remember when I was like you say, like, I got one armpit hair. Oh my God.
Right.
But I do remember, I think, being in like the locker room and, your friends going, what's wrong with you, dude? You don't got no armpit hair? Like kind of making fun. And it was one of these weird things where it's like, oh shit, a bunch of you do. I'm a fucking weirdo. What's wrong with me?
Right.
Which is so stupid.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
But
I do remember like the boners started earlier than that.
that's
Constant
brutal, dude.
Boners.
Constant boners.
Fuck. That was the worst.
Yeah. Now it's the best.
Yes.
I mean, if you get a boner now, unprovoked, you're just like I was telling some friends
Hey
the other day. I
guy,
was like,
how's it going?
and I want to tell everybody, look at this! I got a boner right now, guys. Come here, look. I didn't do anything. I didn't even think about sex. I got a boner. Like that's incredible when it happens.
But yeah, when you're starting to go through puberty as a young man, I mean, it is just it's kind of the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, I do remember it was just constant. It was constant.
It was brutal.
Having to get up in front of it would happen during class or something like that, and you'd have to get up and like answer a question or something. You'd always have to like flip it up into your belt loop.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. In your waistband. Yeah, that was always a good move. Yeah.
Waistband.
Took me a long time to figure that one out. But I don't remember having to go stand up in class.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple times, and I think it kind of spurred on getting like longer T-shirts as well.
Oh yeah, that was a good move too.
Like I would always get kind of oversized T-shirts that would hang down over my waist.
Yeah,
and I don't know if that was like a conscious decision or if it was subconscious, or I can't remember.
Well, I know that it wasn't like a conscious decision for me. I was just a skinny piece of like fucking twig.
Yeah.
That no matter what I bought, it was like ill-fitting on me. And for whatever reason, I think I bought larger clothes. I don't know if that was the thing at the time or what. But
that was definitely kind of a thing in the 90s.
Long sleeves past my fucking elbows. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This dumb shit.
That was definitely a thing like late 80s, early 90s. Was the bigger clothes? I mean,
right?
I.e. Jenkos.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. I was well past being a kid when Jenkos came out. That was like, I think that was for you in high school, was it?
That was for me. That was junior high.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't have any of that shit.
I didn't either. I didn't go that route.
I don't think it was popular.
They always looked ridiculous.
Oh, stupid. I think they're kind of coming back a little bit, too.
They are, because my soon-to-be 13-year-old daughter is like, she's not into Jenkos, but
oh, no.
Kids are wearing Jenkos at
I know.
school
I've never seen them around. Yeah.
And she also does have some clothing that is very large on her.
Jenko adjacent.
Yeah. And it made me remember, too, about all the trouble that came along with having those types of pants, because she does have a couple of pairs of pants that are like way too big for her legs.
Uh-huh.
And they constantly, especially during the winter here in Seattle.
Oh, yeah. I know where you're going.
They're constantly getting wet and frayed at the bottoms and stuff like that.
But that was like a badge of honor, dude.
Yeah, but she hates it.
You know, man, if you had like the fraying on the back because your back heel of your shoe kept stomping on it, and it would get all frayed out and blown out and dirty. That's cool, man.
But see, that's the thing with kids now, is that is not a badge of honor, because they want everything to be pristine.
Pristine, yeah.
And so it's a little bit of preppy and grunge, Right. And so it's a weird mixture. It's a weird mixture nowadays.
Especially like that's like with shoes as well, right? You do not want your shoes to start looking.
Oh yeah,
scuzzy.
We just got a new pair of shoes, new pair of Nike Air Force ones or whatever.
Sure.
And she hasn't worn them yet because she doesn't want to put creases in the toe.
That's brutal, man. Dude,
do you have any idea how much these fucking shoes cost, kid?
$100 probably.
Like, you need to wear the fucking shoes.
Yeah. Are they $100? How much do they cost?
I don't know.
70.
More than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that was even
I think it was probably around 100.
That shit started happening when I was in like high school, is when people
were taking care of their shoes.
No, just shoes becoming that expensive.
Oh yeah,
that's when I first remember it starting to happen.
Well, now Converse, like you remember Converse All Stars, right? They were the cheapest fucking shoes on the planet.
Yeah,
you could get a pair for $15.
Yeah,
and they would fall apart in a couple of months.
Of course, yeah.
But now those Converse All Stars, even the same ones that we used to buy as kids, right?
Yeah.
The same ones they've been making since the 1930s, right? They now cost $80.
So
$60 to $80. It's crazy. It's nuts.
It's crazy. Yeah, and keeping them new, I knew some OCD kids that tried to do it back in the day, but like I didn't know anybody who was like, "Oh man, look at your shoes, dude, they're dirty."
Right.
You know, I had friends. Do you remember? I've talked about this on the show before. Do you remember when you'd go into like Foot Locker and they'd give you white, quote unquote, shoe polish for your shoes? Do you remember this shit?
Yes. Yeah.
And all it was like white paint.
It was
it
was
squirt
white,
out
like waxy paint.
Yeah, from this like foam applicator, and you'd.
That I remember that being more of like a Scotch Guard thing.
No.
Where you'd spray it on, and then it had like the scratch pad that's on the
No. This was a thing that was almost like a giant bottle of whiteout.
Okay.
And you'd shake it and you'd flip it upside down, and it would have this kind of like square sponge, small square, so it would fit like the strapping right here in my shoes.
I see.
And so you'd squeeze it out on the applicator, and then you'd wipe it.
Paint your
They
shoes.
called it polish, and I don't know why, because I'm like, you're not fucking polishing your shoes. You're not even cleaning your shoes.
Yeah.
You're basically putting white paint over this white leather, and it looks like dog shit. And I don't know how many of my friends would come to school like the next year wearing the same, because I don't blame them. If I were the parents, I'd be like, those are perfectly fine. They're not blown out.
Yeah,
and you're like, yeah, but they're dirty. I think I did them with my BK Knights, my British Knights. And I bought some of that shit at Foot Locker and did it. And I was just, I was
completely ruined the shoe.
It eventually wears off.
Yeah.
So you just can keep doing it. But
I'm just picturing like people like walking in and the paint dries, right? And then as you walk in it, it just fucking cracks all the paint on the side of it.
But it was like
it just starts flaking off. It looks like you're like a plate steel.
Oh yeah, like it's like chunks
like
of it
chipping steel.
I wish it was even that cool. It wasn't that cool, and it was super flat too, because it wanted to be it didn't want to draw attention to itself. So it was very flat, matte finish. It wasn't shiny. But the problem was
at least they got that going for them.
You could see like the strokes. It's a sponge.
Yeah.
So like if you just see lines of where it was like laid on thick and where it was like thin. It was so dumb. And I remember like my mom going like, well, you can clean them. Here you go. Handing me that thing. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me. I got to the point where I learned to like scrub my shoes really well.
Yeah.
Like
I used to do that too. And that's what I was thinking of. It was like the foam substance. I think it was Scotch Guard or something along it was like a shoe cleaner though. It wasn't like a Scotch Guard that would like waterproof it.
No.
It was a shoe cleaner, and then it had like the scrubber that was on top of the cap.
Yes,
and you would scrub the shit out of everything, and it worked pretty well.
Yeah, the stuff we got was called Tough Stuff.
That's right,
and it was foam like that.
Yes.
And you go, and you let the foam sit, and then I just take a brush and I'd scrub the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And I could get my shoes pretty damn clean, but the thing that always fucked you was the stitching.
Yes.
So you'd have like the leather pretty white.
Yeah.
But you'd have
the stitching would be brown and gray and black. Yeah.
I love how we've gone from
puberty onto
to
shoe etiquette.
But that was a part of puberty, though.
I guess
like having like tight.
Do you remember? Okay, here's my question, because I'm constantly dealing with this. Not really with my own kids anymore, but when they were like hitting puberty, like they really started to smell.
Oh.
I hope they never listen to this show, but
they will someday.
really started to stink.
Guy, actually, you should say
And it was
this.
like we went through like Maria, my wife, you know, was buying all this like natural kind of like pit stick, deodorant and stuff. Like she started with this native stuff.
Oh, I like that native stuff.
I hate it. It does nothing.
I think Native's one, is that the one they sell at
I don't know where they sell it.
It's I think Target.
Probably.
So, yeah, I like the native stuff. It's like it's
do you buy the deodorant?
Well, I have to, my friend, because
you're allergic to selenium.
I don't know what I'm allergic to,
whatever it is.
But whatever they started putting in antiperspirant a few years back has will blow my armpits up. And
so you get the little like ingrown like armpit pimples.
No, I get a fucking rash right directly under my armpits, and then it'll go up into my armpits, and my armpits will constantly.
You've
be
told
on
me
fire.
about that before.
It's brutal. So I started getting that native shit.
Okay.
Which you are correct, doesn't work that well.
No,
but it works better than if you go and get like Tom's of fucking Maine.
Yes.
Jesus
Agreed.
Christ.
Agreed. Yeah, Tom's is terrible.
Yeah.
I won't even use their toothpaste anymore because it does not feel like it gets anything clean.
No.
Yeah.
What I use now, my favorite deodorant now is Arm & Hammer.
Oh, I used to use Arm & Hammer.
They do a natural essentials line, and that seems to work the best for me. So,
well, that's
but it's
good.
fucking hard to find.
But I think when you're starting to go through puberty and your body is starting to smell, right? It is a unique scent.
Yes, it is.
It is a very like either somebody bought pizza.
Yes.
Or my kids were just running around in the yard.
Caramelized onions.
Yeah.
Caramelized onions, is what I always said.
And like the whole house would stink.
Yes.
You know? I mean, we have a very small house, so it's easy to do. But so my wife was continuously trying to buy this native stuff, and I was like, this is not working for me. Like I have a sensitive schnoz, and I pick up scents, you know, pretty readily.
You're like a tracker.
I'm a tracker. Yeah. In a past life, I was very good at following people in the dark.
Yeah.
But so I finally convinced her to buy different deodorant, and it seems to be doing the trick now. And now they've gotten kind of into like wearing like little small pieces of perfume or small amounts of perfume.
I was gonna say small pieces, like when you shake it out, and like I'll take a chunk of perfume and put that here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even my youngest is like, you know, collecting the Sephora like catalog and like tearing out like the sample.
Oh, I see the little
papers and
sample
stuff.
deals. Yeah.
Which is great because that has really helped things out. Now, I can't say the same about some of the people that they hang out with.
Sure.
And I always wonder, it's like, I mean, the parents have to be smelling the children. Right?
I would think so. I don't know. That's a good question because I distinctly remember I've told this before, and I'm not going to say any names. I'm not going to say a fake name, but one of my friends started going through puberty before I did, and my older brother would say, "Dude, you got to tell your fucking friend to start wearing pit stick, dude. He fucking stinks." And I remember thinking, "That's what that smell is."
Really?
Yeah, I didn't understand. Like, I had heard like, you know, oh, you wear armpits, you wear a pit stick because you start to stink. And as a kid, I was confused. I was like, what do you mean stink? Like you get sweaty and you stink. I was like, yeah, I sweat before. I don't smell.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you will. Like my older brother was telling me. I was like, what are you talking about? And so I don't even think I really knew. I thought maybe like that was just the smell of his house or something. And then my brother was like, yo, he stinks, man. And I was like, I can't tell him.
Guy smells like pizza.
He smells like pizza, dude.
Smells like day old pizza. Yeah, man.
And so,
I don't remember that either. I don't have any memories of myself stinking or like my friends really stinking. I don't have memories of that, and maybe it's just part of being a kid. Like you don't register it because you don't know what it is.
Well, I remember when I got my armpit hair, and I was like, well, I gotta wear deodorant now, and
That was
and it was like, you know,
That was the
think,
catalyst.
Like I mean, I'm like, when it started coming, I go like, got to now. I think this is gonna stink at some point, but still not being stinky. But then one day forgetting to put it on, and actually sweating, and then and it was one of those things where as the day went on, I thought, what is this smell I'm smelling? And then at one point I did the check.
Realizing
and I was
it
like,
was you.
oh my God, it does smell. It does happen.
Oh, man.
You know?
Oh my God. And you were that kid that day at school.
Yeah, I was that kid that day at school.
Oh my God. Do you remember when they came out with the gel?
Oh yeah. Terrible.
It was awful. I think I had an allergic reaction to the gel.
Well, and it had that grid.
Yes. It would come up through a grid, through a grid
Wipe
system.
it on, yeah.
Yeah, and you'd wipe it on. And it would, I mean, it was definitely like companies were making hand over fist on that because you were getting so much less product.
So much less.
Because you were using so much more of it.
It would go like that.
Yeah.
It was like, because you were totally using so much more.
Yeah.
And it would, sometimes it would, remember it would click.
Yes.
It would click to give you the perfect amount for one pit.
Uh-huh.
You're like,
Yeah.
Of course, I'm like,
But I would always, I would always do like 2 or 3 notches.
and I distinctly remember too, when you bought it, you pulled the cap off and it had a foil thing that you peeled.
Yep, yeah, to peel the foil off of it.
Expose the grids.
I do remember Gillette had one. I think it was Gillette. Yeah, it was Gillette.
I think you're right.
Had one, and it didn't have a grid. It had, because I think the grid one was Old Spice.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. And one of their scents was Pure Sport, which is still
I remember Pure Sport,
still
yeah.
available
Sure.
today. Or Aqua.
Yeah.
There was an Aqua. But Gillette had one, and they had just like 4 or 5 little squiggles.
By
Squiggle
Menon.
marks.
Oh, I remember that. You little squiggles. Yeah.
Little squigglies on them.
You remember that?
By Menon. Of course I remember that. Come on.
Yeah, I know exactly the little squiggles that it pushed up through and you. I was
But
always,
yeah, that stuff did not. It didn't work.
terrible.
Didn't
Terrible.
work at all.
my favorite for the longest time. My dad was an Old Spice man.
Yeah.
And he liked the original Old Spice.
Yep, that was same with my dad.
I liked the fresh scent.
Yes,
And this was...
Because remember when that came out, dude? It was a game changer.
Well, and this was before they had like 50 million fucking scents. They had 2 scents.
It was way before they came out with Bear Cave.
Yeah, and, Arctic Blast and, all this other bullshit.
Swagger,
yeah.
That's actually my current...
is that what you're using?
Yeah, my current stick.
They had original and they had fresh scent when I was younger. And you could either get the antiperspirant, which was the white shit.
Right.
And I do mean the white shit. I mean the shit that stained your shirts white. Like if you were wearing a black shirt, you'd have like white.
Oh, it
dust
didn't stain.
under
It didn't stain because I used to wear white undershirts, and it stained my white undershirts yellow.
I'm saying, that of course. But I was saying, like, if you had T-shirts, like colored T-shirts or anything, if you wore, if you had a really sweet Porsche T-shirt, that was maybe black or blue, dark blue, it would fuck
stain
that.
it
Oh
white?
yeah.
Oh man,
the original. So because then so that you'd have the deodorant sticks that were just that translucent blue.
Yeah.
And then you had the white antiperspirant.
Right.
And
right.
back in the day, and then they started making rolls on clear antiperspirant that rolls on clear, and that shit never worked as well as the stuff that was white.
Right, because the white stuff is made up of little tiny particles of metal,
Goddamn,
aluminum.
It worked great.
And it would clog your pores. And that's what I had to stop using antiperspirant because it would clog my pores so much in my armpits that I would get like these ingrown like super painful like pimples in my armpits. It was the worst.
Sorry,
it was awful.
man. Sorry about that. Well, they stopped making it.
Yeah.
And then they stopped making the fresh scent altogether, and they went with all this swagger bullshit.
Well, that was...
No, I mean later on down the road. I'm not saying way later on down the road. And what was killing me was it got so hard for me. And they started making all of these other things too. They kept making the original antiperspirant, but they did the one that rolls on clear. Yeah. I think they even started dabbling in the gel as well. They had all of these things that when I'd go and get it, to find just the original antiperspirant started being the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And so I had to branch out, and try to find all this stuff. But Moral of the story is, once they got rid of all that shit, I started buying the shit from Costco in the giant, the Dove stuff.
Yeah.
Dove had a
okay,
fresh
yeah,
scent.
yeah.
Really good shit.
Uh-huh.
Bought it for, I was like, when I go to Costco, grab a box of it. Go to Costco, grab a box of it. It was just like, great, this is perfect. I love it. And then one day, dude, rash just blew up.
Just killed you.
I had to go and get the rash test done.
Uh-huh.
I popped for nothing. They pricked me with everything you could think of.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have one allergic reaction to any of it. And I asked the guy, I was like, what's the deal? Like, and he goes, he's like, unfortunately, if you look at the ingredients on these things, at some point it says scent. He's like, I don't know what's in the scent.
Yeah.
You? He's like,
Yeah.
I don't. He's like, but everything we've tested, you're fine.
Right.
So that's when I switched over or whatever, right? So it's been like the last 10 years. And what it was
It's probably got like uranium.
Yeah,
small amounts of uranium in it or
here's
something.
what was crazy is they go, you must have changed your deodorant. I say, I have been wearing the same deodorant for probably 3 or 4 years now. I buy it at Costco. It's the same shit. Get home and I look at the bottle. There's a sticker on it that says, brand new formula.
Ah.
Motherfuck.
Uh-huh.
So that's when I had to start testing and the Tom's of Maine, all this bullshit. That shit, and even the shit I use now, by the end of the day, I go, oh no. Like if I go to kickboxing now, I go work out and sweat.
Yeah.
I have destroyed my t-shirts. Like to the point, like the shirts that I used to work out in, I smell like a teenager now. Like once I start sweating, it's like I have to buy new shirts all the time now. I don't have antiperspirant. It's a real problem, people. It's a real problem. And I put this goddamn, it's like you're painting on scent for the morning.
Yeah.
That just gets blown out by the afternoon.
You should just keep
Terrible.
one on you and just reapply.
And then it just smells like new scent and BO.
Well, that's true. That you do run the risk of that. Now, do you wear a cologne or anything like that on a regular basis?
That's a good point to bring that one up for puberty. That's when you start testing that bullshit out too.
And everybody's wearing way too much.
Way too much.
You know, I mean, that's like beating a dead horse. We've talked about this many, many times.
Have we?
I think so. It feels like something that we've talked about. Maybe it's something that we've talked about off air.
I was going to say most of the stuff probably we have before. We probably did a show about BO back in the day, and I don't even remember it. But did you have a favorite cologne?
Not as a kid. I mean, I would try out. Like my dad didn't even have cologne, right?
So I remember my dad had a thing of high karate, like for sure, like
high karate.
Yeah, that was a thing in the 70s. Was it cologne?
I think my dad. Well, maybe my dad did have. Like my parents always had little weird sample vials of shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Brute.
Yeah, he had something like Brute or Stetson or something like that.
Brute, Stetson, high karate, and the actual. The little white bottle of Old Spice cologne. They had that shit too.
Yeah. That was also the same as their aftershave.
Musk.
Oh, there was that is one that my dad had. What was it called?
Aqua Velva?
No. It was something musk. Was it Avon Musk?
Maybe. Sure. Did your mom get Avon products?
Well, I know that she bought a couple of them from her friend, like back in the 80s, just to kind of appease her, so she would leave her alone.
I remember my mom used to buy, I think, a bunch of. I don't know where my mom got it. If she had a neighbor that was Avon lady or whatever, but it was actually very exciting when she rolled around with the catalog. Because as a kid, they would have like an Incredible Hulk shampoo bottle or some shit. You're like, Mom, can I get this? I got an incredible rash all over my body. My mom will tell you about it. She bought this like Bert
from the Incredible Hulk shampoo.
Yeah, she bought Bert and Ernie body wash when I was really young.
Yeah,
and it just blew me the fuck up.
Dude, I always wonder about that, like all that, like the bubble bath shit that our parents used to buy for us and stuff like that. Like, what the fuck was in that stuff?
I know.
Like, what makes soap more sudsy?
Sudsy, yeah.
Like, what makes all those bubbles happen?
It's true.
Probably uranium.
Bubble baths were the coolest.
Some sort of radioactive isotope
Like,
that reacts to water.
Right.
Right? Yeah. Like, don't use too much of this. It'll cause a fire in your bathtub.
Loved a bubble bath, dude.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
You get your toys out in there.
Oh
Fuck
God,
yeah.
it was like a whole fucking crazy world.
It really was, man.
I remember having dreams about, because you'd always see like how bubble baths were depicted in cartoons or TV shows, you know, as a kid and stuff like that. And it was always, I spent so much time as a child. This is now not having anything to do with puberty.
That's right.
But so much time as a child trying to recreate something that I saw on TV.
Oh yeah, like putting the foam in your hair.
Putting the foam in your hair.
Making a foam beard.
And that was easy to do. That was something that was achievable. But making a tunnel through
Oh, come on.
soap bubbles
No.
in your bathtub, it doesn't work.
Of course not. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, I think I saw it. I saw it in a cartoon somewhere or something.
Were you did you go to a foam party when you were down in Mexico? When you were a kid?
Jesus Christ, yes I did.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I know we've talked about this on the show.
Have I told this story on the show?
Yeah, you've told the story on the show.
Yeah. Where I was locked in a bathroom by a police officer, a Mexican police officer.
Oh yeah, you and your brother, and you were how
had
old?
Marijuana shoved under my nose, and a police officer tried to sell me weed, and I was like, I need to get out of this bathroom so bad.
Yeah. But foam parties are something that, like, do those even exist anymore?
I have no
They
idea.
can't.
Maybe.
I mean, let's be
Not in that. Well, maybe not after COVID.
I don't even think they were a thing before COVID.
No, you don't think
I
so?
think for one thing, like young people dancing in actual clubs is a thing that's probably pretty rare now. And I also think that, you know, especially now, like foam parties were basically like, we've got foam covering everything up so you can all get handsy.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it was back in the day. I mean,
I think it was kind of like, you know, if a girl's wearing a white T-shirt, then you'll be able to see her nipples at some point too.
It was either way. Whatever the reasonings that it became a thing are the very reasonings why it's not.
Why
a
it's
thing
not
now.
a thing anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably
Wet T-shirts and handsiness.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so far removed from anything like
God.
that. Like,
My God.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Back on track to puberty. The one thing I said I don't remember. This is maybe I'm going too far here. I said I don't remember like finding a long hair in my armpit or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do remember when I first started getting ass hair.
Oh,
And
my
I mean,
God.
I mean in the crack,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And I remember like wiping and going, what is going on? Like being confused. Like what is happening? What?
Yeah.
This is different. All of a sudden it's different and I don't get it. And then finally realizing in the shower, oh my God, I've got hair in my anus, in my crack. And I was appalled.
Yeah. I had kind of a funny experience with that. I think I had the same realization at some point, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, when you take a shower and clean yourself, you're going to notice, right?
Well, and I think even then I was confused. I was like, what is this?
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't know why it was so, because I didn't really have hair anywhere else.
that's me, same.
And that was the only spot that hair was growing. And I was like, oh my God, why isn't it growing anywhere else? And I used to love, I mean, my hometown, there was a lot of mooning going on.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of mooning. There was a lot of, you know, taking your pants down and mooning the elementary school bus if it went past you,
You had to.
when you were in junior high. And I do remember at one point, it was the summer of must have been 1992, 93 or something like that. And I jumped off the Indianola dock and I fucking took my pants down and just mooned everybody up on the dock as I jumped off. And when I came up out of the water, everybody was like, whoa. You have the hairiest crack I've ever seen.
And you were mortified.
And I was mortified.
It's the worst.
So what did a young, like, it must have been like 92, maybe even 91. So it could have been around 11 or 12, right? What did a young Roden do with that information. I'll give you a chance to just put your idea out there.
You shaved it or waxed it or something?
I tried to shave it.
Uh-huh. By the way, it can't be 91. Can it be 91?
Maybe. I don't know. 92.
I was like,
I feel like that was
14
really
and
young.
91, but maybe.
So anyway, I tried to shave it with my mom's disposable Bic, shavers.
What was your technique at this point? What did you do?
I had no technique, man. I've never shaved anything.
did you bend? How did you Did you bend over and look in the mirror?
No, I did it. I did it in the shower. And I'm sure I probably nicked myself like 100 times back there too. It was not comfortable. But when I tell you, like, I had the itchiest butt crack when the hair started growing back.
Yeah.
I mean, it was absolutely incredible. I could not. I must have been around 13 because I was 7th grade. I do remember now it was 7th grade because I specifically remember trying to just make a joke out of it. Right? Like, oh my God, my butt itches so bad. I'm just gonna scratch my butt right here in the hallway.
You're like,
and like, I'm just like
you're
joking
dying.
I was like dying. Like, oh my God, get the hand like right up there. And
oh my God, dude.
Oh, dude, it was the worst. It was the worst.
I was too scared to shave anything, by the way, to the point where when I first started shaving, I started with an electric shaver. I never shaved with an actual razor.
You were afraid to use the razor?
Yeah, I was afraid to cut myself.
Okay.
And so
that does happen.
I know. And I just didn't want it. Like, I was like, so I started using an electric shaver from jump. And didn't really shave for the first time in my life, like, God bless, probably almost into my 20s. And I still don't. I will not use, if I use a razor, it will blow me the fuck up now.
Oh yeah, I get razor burn pretty bad. And now I have these weird little, like, talking about puberty. Old guy puberty, where you get these weird fucking bumps.
Like they're like razor bumps or whatever?
No, just like weird bumps on my skin now. Just on my face.
What are they?
Like liver fucking spots. I don't know what they are.
But like,
it's like raised areas. I thought one on my cheek, I thought it was like a pimple for the longest time. I was trying to pop it. Nothing's coming out. Oh,
is it discolored?
No, it's fucking permanent.
Is it discolored? Is it like, can you notice it?
It is not melanoma.
Or do you just feel it?
Yeah, you can feel it. It's like right
But
here.
I mean, is it red? Is it like,
No, it's just like this weird fucking like non-colored mole.
Is it like some sort of calcium buildup underneath your skin?
Dude, I went to the dermatologist to ask him about it, and he said, "Yeah, it's just something that happens." And he said, if we try to take it off, it's just going to leave like a white spot there.
Right.
So he was like, either you just deal with it, or you come back and pay me $400 to take care of it because your insurance not going to cover it. Man. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Well,
dude, am I going to be full of just bumps all over my face? Like, by the time I turn 80, am I just going to be one giant liver spot? My whole body just gonna be like, oh, it's Roden, the birthmark.
Do you ever
walking birthmark?
Do you ever wonder? Do you remember when you were a kid and you'd see some old guy with a gnarly ass old fucking gin blossom nose?
Yes, I am so worried about that.
Me too. I'm terrified
of that happening. I don't know how you can take care of it.
It's all gnarly and dog knotted,
and it's just like just full of blackheads.
It's so gross, man.
And
even if it's not full of blackheads, it's really shiny and lumpy and bumpy, dude.
Yeah. And I am absolutely terrified of becoming that.
Me too.
Because I do already have kind of a bulbous nose.
Yeah.
You know, it's very round. And I think it would I mean, it looks like something that would get rounder, and more noticeable.
Do you think that, and I've always wondered this, because I see guys now still where, I come across in my travels, usually at a bar, where I'm like, holy fuck.
Where the rosacea is due to other situations, not like natural situations.
But I look at their nose and I think, holy shit, what is the process?
Yeah.
How long did that take? Did you notice it coming on and then it's like a boiling frog to where it just starts and you're like, huh, this is kind of weird.
I was just going to say the same thing. It's probably just like incremental, right? So you just don't notice it over time until it's too late. And
then by that time, if you're of a certain age, are you blind to it or you just don't give a shit?
Boy,
that's
a great question, because we know a few people at some bars that we frequent together.
Yes.
That just don't give a shit.
That's got to be what it is, right?
It's got to be. Yeah. I think at some point you just become resigned to certain things too.
Yeah, I guess
that are happening with your body, and my you know, these bumps that are showing up on my face. Like I've got.
I don't notice them. Just to let you know, I don't notice them,
but I do.
I know,
and that's the problem.
But what I'm telling you is, it's at least not like the bulbous weird nose where I see you and go like, what are those fucking bumps? Although I'll be looking for them now. But I'm just telling you that, like, as much as you see them and they bother you, I can tell you I have not noticed anything. So you got that going for you.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you not looking at my face ever when,
not examining
when we talk.
You. Yeah. I never shaved my ass. Yeah, I never went
Well,
to,
don't do it, because it's a terrible idea. It doesn't work out.
You are correct though that I think it was my armpits just above my wang and then my ass crack were the three places where I only had hair for the longest time.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have hair on my arms, on my chest, on my back, on my legs. I think the next thing to come in was on my legs.
Leg hair was definitely a thing, an early stage of puberty.
Yeah. But it took me a long time before I had like body hair. And you're still kind of
like chest hair?
Chest hair, yeah.
Yeah, I still don't really have... I got belly hair.
Yeah.
It's all over my belly.
And we talked about this, I think, a couple episodes
ago.
The
weird areola hair. Yeah. That sometime... Dude, I found one the other day. It was like 6 inches long.
we talked about it on the Roadhouse show, because...
God, that fucking movie.
Yeah, you have hair around your... What is it called? God damn it. Gynomasty.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, bitch tits. It's like gynomasty. Oh shit.
Oh wow.
No,
man. Thank
you're
you.
You're not that bad.
Yeah. So while you're not noticing like the weird bumps on my face, you're just staring at my tits. Fantastic. My weird hairy nipples.
Me and JD always talk about our fucking back dimples. Right above the ass crack on either side.
Right.
Like in the middle, more in like between my muffin top and my ass crack. It's like these fucking... I have like stretch marks on them. They're so deep now, dude. And hair... The hair above my ass crack, you could braid now. It's so fucking disgusting, dude. It's so long you could braid it.
You know, that does sound like something that you should trim.
What? I mean,
if it's getting...
Well, but the problem is...
I know you're joking. That's got to be a joke.
No, I'm not saying all of it's that long, but there are some like the 6 inch one on your gynomasty.
Yeah.
I have a couple of those back there.
Yeah.
And of course, if like I'm going to like on vacation to somewhere where I know I'm going to have my shirt off or it's going to be sun or whatever, I'll give it a trim. But for the most part of my life, like who am I trying to impress? I'm walking around in jeans and a fucking button up,
cowboy shirt
or whatever we got going on here.
Yeah.
Flannels or whatever. Like it's all covered up. So, I'll just be watching TV in the winter and my hand roams back there and I go like, just start pulling on. I'm like, what the fuck? And
You thought it was a thread from your shirt.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Just like,
and then I'm just like,
keep pulling.
I'm going to shave
pulling.
this.
But the greatest thing was that you pulled it all the way to the front of your body.
Yeah, right.
And you were looking at it. I was like, wow, that's an ass hair.
Yeah. It's not really an ass hair. It's more of like a lower back.
Lower back hair.
Top of the crack.
Gotcha.
Lower back, top of the crack. And I just...
we are
I
disgusting creatures.
I know. And I just thought, I remember as a kid when I started getting like my body hair.
I wanted body hair so bad.
Well, I used to look at my dad.
Yeah.
And my dad was like he wasn't the type that was like hair all over his body, but you know when you go to like the costume store and you can get that ape belly and tits.
Yeah.
Tits you just put on where it's just like
the belly itself is completely bare.
But then it's all like
it's all hair all the way around.
My dad was kind of like that, although he had belly hair, but it was all like contained to his front.
Yeah.
You know, it was like his forearms were hairy, and then all of his belly and chest was hairy, and then he didn't really have any hairs on his back, a couple of stray ones here and there, but none of it on his shoulders. And even then I thought, I'm never going to be like that, and I'm pretty much exactly like that right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But and then Anita will point out just the patches on my shoulders that she's like, you know, like when we're going on vacation, I was like, hey, can you do some touch-ups on me here? And she's like, do you want me to get these hairs? I was like, what hairs? And she's like, these weird ones that are like over by
just like
by your
3 random hairs that are growing
really
out
long
of like where your clavicle is.
I have a ton of those, but like my shoulder blades.
Yeah.
It's like, you want me to get these? I was like, well, first of all, I didn't know they were back there. So yes, I do. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, you got these like wispy clusters right here. I'm like, on my shoulder blade, like low down there, like way down there. She's like, yeah.
You know what that means, right?
What's that mean?
You're gay.
Oh, well, fuck. Hopefully she doesn't know that. I'm now going to have to, you know, my whole life's been a facade.
That didn't really land how I wanted it to.
Yeah,
that was supposed to be a joke from
I
was just thinking like junior high.
Yeah, but that's also from a stupid movie. That's from like Role Models or something.
Yeah.
Or 40-Year-Old Virgin or whatever.
No, I think it's Role Models. Yeah.
Good one, bro. Funny deal.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, really.
Let's end it on a funny note like that. Is that it? I mean, I don't know. Like, you know, I apologize. We don't have any ladies on the show, so they could give us their nightmare stories of going through puberty. I'm sure the ladies have some as well.
Yes, I will vouch for that. Yes, they do. And going through puberty as a young woman is also extremely difficult.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Like I would say probably even more difficult than men going through puberty.
Well, the thing that stands out to me is you definitely notice it when they do, because they are women among boys.
Oh yeah.
And
they hit it way earlier.
Yeah,
too.
I remember that. I remember thinking, "Holy shit, what happened to, you know, insert name here of like literally summer break happens. The next time I come back, oh my God, she's basically a woman. And look at me, I'm a tiny little boy.
Yeah, I'm still a toddler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a total mind fuck.
Yeah, it's funny actually seeing that as an adult as well, because we're going to like, you know, school functions and school sports games now and stuff like that, and just seeing how the like the 7th graders, you know, the difference between the boys and the girls is
nuts.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Do you, before we wrap this up, I know you do, everybody, the one kid that you had in like, say, like 6th grade, 7th, 8th grade, that was basically a man amongst boys?
Yep. There was always that one kid that had a little bit of a mustache way before everybody else.
The one kid I could think
voice dropped.
Yep.
Like way before everybody else.
The one kid that we had, John Stewart. He could like grow a full beard in like 8th grade.
What?
Close, but like he was, and it was like, I think by 16 we could have him go into, if you could find a sketchy, like not liquor store, but like convenience store on, say Broadway and Everett. It was called Broadway Food and Beverage.
Yeah.
And Jon Stewart, I think around 16, could go in there. He would go and rub dirt kind of around his neck and go in there, and they wouldn't card him. He'd buy like a half rack of beer.
Now, do you think they actually knew? Do you think they
probably,
knew, and
but
they were just like, I guess it's like good enough.
Probably, but he did look much older than the rest. He was a ginger too. He's a redhead. But he had like full goatee, and a mullet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they would sell to him. It's crazy.
That's one thing I look back on constantly and remember the facial hair that I chose to go with.
Do you have a goatee?
Yeah. And like, I mean, when I first was able to grow hair on my chin,
yeah,
I would cultivate it. And it was only on my chin, right? Like small spots.
You didn't have a mustache?
No, couldn't grow a mustache for many, many years.
So my whole thing was I did a goatee for the longest time. Mm-hmm. And it was mustache, chin, but getting the mustache to connect to the chin, it got real dicey. Real dicey, real empty in there. And I had that for the longest time. Yep. I think up until my 40s, I couldn't grow like a legit mustache. Huh.
Yeah. Huh. Or maybe I just didn't. I never let it go. Long enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, there you do.
It's a wild ride.
It is.
Yeah. It's a weird, wild ride.
It really is. I'm still glad I'm living it though. I'm still glad I'm on this ride. I know I took it someplace dark, but seriously though, we've got a lot of fallen brothers. So I'm glad I'm still here to complain about my 6-inch long lower back, upper crack hair, and you're here to talk about your facial bumps.
Yep.
God bless.
God bless. And cheers to 7th grade boners.
God.
No, take that out. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, Jesus. I'm leaving that in. Your own 7th grade bonus.
Yes.
Here's to your own.
Thanks for saving that one.
You got it, brother.
Oh my God.
All right. That's it. Thank you all. Until next time.
Bye.
That's disgusting.